This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, Aaron goes on a pun rampage. We now have a Discord which is live.
Kyle, I gotta ask you, as the man with the guitars, do we play Discord or Datcord?
Carl, I'm leaving.
Kyle and Aaron share a moment. Let's talk romance.
I love the way your eyes sparkle, Kyle.
I love the way your head reflects the light.
Amazing.
Can you be my Krillin? And we look at the 2021 spring anime season. And for once, a weekly shonen series has come to an end for a good reason.
Which is?
They caught up to the manga and they're not going to give us filler instead.
What?
That's progressive.
Ava launch!
Tetsuo! Kaneda!
Onii-chan?
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi. Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You're tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive into the world of anime and manga. I'm Kyle, and joining me are my co-hosts Aaron, Kenny, and Lady Fafa. How are we all doing?
Well, hello there.
I'm taking a second sip of my second Red Bull. I need it.
It's been one of those weeks. It's been a busy couple of weeks for all of us.
It's been a very long year so far.
I was going to say 2021 has been a lot busier than we expected it would be.
Can you believe we're in April right now?
No, I can't.
Well, I mean, it's the second long march we've had in a row.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Now the whole team is here, as you can probably tell. We were at Japan Fest last week, all four of us running around, along with Emma.
Was that last week?
No,
Was it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So welcome to those who we gave out cards to and are now listening as well. Thank you very much for joining us. It means a lot.
It was very hot.
It was a very warm day.
Thank you for taking the stickers off of us.
Yeah. Now, videos. We've mentioned this before, and that's why I say, oh my lord, it's April. Videos are coming this month. Finally.
That's scary.
Yeah. So
Kyle, April Fool's was Thursday.
No,
Stop joking around.
this is not an April Fool's joke. I have it literally lit here as a talking point. This is not a joke.
This is not a drill. This is a hammer.
Oh no, they're going to see our faces.
Yeah. Well, they'll see mine. My ugly mug
Your
first.
beautiful face. I adore you.
Should I get like a Gendo mask and just wear that for
Yes,
the video?
Yes, that's all. We're going to get terrible anime masks.
All right. Now, on the note of April Fools,
Yep.
we had a very special announcement on April 1st to do with a certain member having an Idol debut.
And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't Lady
Really?
Fafa.
But you're the Idol fan here.
I'm the Idol queen, not just a fan. So I'm confused. What?
So, Aaron,
Me? I did this?
you know you did this.
You know what you did.
You created a fantastic joke video
A terrible
for
joke
Pallets, a
Great
local
joke
idol group here in Perth, and doing the snow halation dance. Except you were doing a very special version of it, which I actually have a bit of here.
That's goofy. What the?
This bit kills me. So if you want to go find that out, we've posted it across social media. It's all on Pallets social media, and wow.
Can you imagine me getting up in the morning of, was it April Fool's that dropped?
Yep.
Yeah.
And seeing this video from you, Aaron?
Now,
How do I even respond to that? Like, how?
Now, to be fair, I've been hearing some very good reviews from the people who have seen it.
Surprisingly, yes.
A lot of people are like, okay, but are you? I know this is an April Fool's Day joke, but are you?
Look, honestly, anything's possible. I'm doing a bit of everything these days. So, hey, idol groups, if you want a goofy, hit me up.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Might have to look you
Australia
up for
could
that.
have its own lady beard.
Goofy beard.
That's very good. Lady Beard.
Oh my god, Goofy beard. You heard it here first.
So for this type of this
Trademark.
content and more insanity, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon.
What a great segue.
Yeah, I'll send it to Kyle
Yeah,
first.
well look,
Segue.
we now have a Discord which is live.
Yes,
Links
finally.
are in the episode description, so do check that out if you're on Discord. We'd love to have you. It's where we're going to be posting pretty much all of the stuff that we normally post on other social media, along with videos and a little bit of exclusive content.
Now I need to learn how to use Discord. I can't do that. I'm an old man.
You're younger
You're
than
younger than me.
Yes. You're both old.
But yeah,
on
we can use
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, but you're
question
weird.
is, Kyle, I gotta ask you, as the man with the guitars, do we play Discord or Datcord?
Oh, Carl, I'm leaving.
I heard last episode, you with the bloody puns, man.
Oh yeah. Starting strong.
Now, and as I mentioned, we are now on Patreon as well.
Yes.
So if you do like what we do and you have got a little bit of spare change, we'd love the support from you. And we will be posting some pretty fun things on there. And it also means you can be a Kawaii-Fi fan, or a Kawaii Kohai, or a Kawaii Senpai, or a Kawaii Sensei.
Oh. Or if you get tier 5 Kawaii God, you get to see my lewds.
Kawaii OnlyFans, what?
Yeah,
Sorry,
what's
this
up?
is a PG only show, guys. Like,
That's why they're lewds, not nudes.
You get to see him cosplaying as sexy
Goofy. Yeah. Who wants Goofy idol lewds?
Pay attention. Now, this episode, we have
Farrah's out for the
killed
count.
Farrah. Sorry,
Jen,
we've
We're only
killed
5
Lady
minutes in.
Farrah.
Kill count 1.
This episode, snow is apparently melting somewhere in spring. I blame Goofy. Spring is getting underway in the Northern Hemisphere, and that means there is now a new anime knocking on our doorstep. We've got our top 10 picks for the upcoming season. And hey, if you are new to the show, consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the Kawaii-Fi community. We'd love to have you on board. We're on everything. Lady Fafa is dying. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and pretty much every podcast platform. If we're not, let us know. We'll get ourselves on it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We love you all.
Still plenty to talk about, but first, let's have a look back on the season that just was.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Why do we watch that?
Definitely in my top 5.
Season in review.
I don't think I've ever laughed that hard on this show until now. Thanks, Aaron.
You're
I've
welcome.
got tears in my eyes. I nearly choked myself to death.
Do we need like a 5-minute break so that you
No,
can
we're good to go. We're good to go.
Now, we are looking back at the season that's just ended because, let's be honest, it was pretty good. We're going to briefly cap off each of our favourites, and we will start with Lady Fafa.
Yo.
And you and I are on the same page with this.
100%. Wonder Egg priority.
That's your priority?
Yes, it is, Aaron. It is definitely my priority at this point.
And no wonder, considering it's been just so
What
unique.
an amazing...
Singularly unique.
Unfortunately, we have to wait till July for the end.
No.
Yeah.
You lied to me.
Can you believe? Wow.
No.
It's going to be one of those episodes
It's gonna
I
be a
reckon,
good
You
mate.
guys
episode.
gave me energy drink. What did you expect?
We should have learned.
But yeah, we are going to have to wait till July for the last part of it, which is being called, I think, Wonder Egg Priority Special Edition. Or
And we need it.
we do, because it kind of leaves it on a bit of a cliffhanger
Can
in
you,
a way.
like,
really.
okay, can you imagine me sitting here like, oh yeah, it's the last episode, let's go. You know, I rush home from work just to watch this episode, and you get to the end and you're like, what? It just
Finish
ended.
it, please.
Please finish it, because there's so much that could be discussed and followed on, and I'm like, you can't leave it there. And then Carl, thank God, said, oh, there's another episode coming. I was like, well, thank you know.
Thank the Lord above.
Yeah,
Praise
I won't.
Cthulhu.
Hallelujah. But yeah, no, this show honestly was just a juggernaut. Like,
It's been phenomenal.
absolutely
it really has.
phenomenal.
Now, admittedly, just as we always do, please be aware, not necessarily for kids. This one, it
No.
does discuss some
No.
quite mature content in it.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
If you know, if you're going to watch it with your kids and your kids are say like 15, 16, make sure you explain
Yep.
Yeah,
what's being discussed, because this does touch on some pretty heavy themes.
Yeah.
If you're underage, wait a little bit. You'll appreciate it when you're a bit older. It's not that it's you shouldn't watch it. Just you probably won't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
If you
And
haven't,
it
had that
might be a
experience.
bit much.
It might be a bit much. Now, from that to the other end, which is where I was starting off as well, Horimiya has ended both the manga and the series
Yeah.
this season. And Horimiya was probably, I mean, let's not beat around the bush, probably my favourite show this season.
It
was
was
good
so
one.
comfy.
It was. Well, okay, I would say yes, but there's a few episodes that actually
Oh,
made
well,
me
yeah, of course. But it's more just...
comfy. Yeah.
This was something like I was expecting it to be very, very different from its premise. I was like,
Right.
oh, okay, so these are their secret identities. They got to
Yes.
keep it a secret. And there wasn't that at all.
No.
Zero stakes.
So it kind of like it.
So there was one steak. It was at the restaurant.
Can you not? I knew you were going there. I knew it.
Infectious.
Kenny, let's just go with the show, shall we?
It kind of took me back to Decadence, where it sort of punishes you for having expectations.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's like fair enough. There are the few episodes which make you go, that's
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's tough.
Me and Lady Fafa thought it was done.
Yeah.
We thought episode 12 was the end, but no, episode 13, this weekend's episode, is the final episode. And the way episode 12 ends
was
feels
perfect.
like an ending. It's
Ooh.
really well done.
Yeah.
And I've just finished the manga because the final chapter came out a couple of weeks ago. And I think I prefer episode 12 as an ending.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, not to say the manga's ending's bad. The manga's ending's really good. It looks... it's kind of got like an inner monologue between...
I know what you mean. We're not going to spoil it.
With Miyamura and his old self, if you will.
What if episode 13 is Boruto? It's their kids.
Look,
I'll take it. You know what?
look,
I would take it.
I'd take a grown-up version because the last chapter of the manga is them all graduating.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, the sweet farewell. But apparently there might be a special one-off chapter showing them 10 years later.
Oh, I'd love that.
And if that's the case, then fantastic. Because the way they set it up... in that last chapter, there's all this talk between the characters about going somewhere as a group after they've graduated. And that'd be like, I don't know if we're ever going to see that or not, but if they did that for the anime, or if it just lines us up for season 2.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was saying to you. It's like, either way, you could end it just there and it'd be perfect, or it could lead into a season 2. And that's how brilliant that episode was. I keep saying it's ending because I feel
it feels like the end.
end.
Well, like,
I was so satisfied with it.
with the season's ending, it's almost like high school's ending. Like,
Yeah.
that feel when, like, you've spent all those years together. Like, watching these people go through that entire season feels like all of those years spent with people.
Yeah,
And
and that
then-
this is just the first semester. Well,
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
semester
true.
of their final year.
Yeah.
Because
So-
it goes into a new year. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, they go through the winter
You don't
break.
see
And
that
the
often.
manga
No, you don't, actually.
in the so the manga did suffer from a bit of dragging its feet, and everyone, especially the subbing community, like the people who were fan subbing it, were coming onto Discord and onto Reddit and going, "Oh, yeah, we're referring to basically chapter 56 from Christmas till now, which is like a chapter 140, as the nuclear winter, because nothing has happened." And what they've done with the series is they've done a really good job of covering the important stuff and not
The filler.
putting all this filler in. And like, don't get me wrong, some of the filler's helpful. It introduces characters, you learn about them and all that. But I think if they do that second season, they'll have to stick to 12 episodes, and that last episode will have to be exceptional.
I think with Horimiya as well is like the side characters were just unbelievable as well. Like the side stories were just so good. Like I said in a few episodes earlier, I love her dad so much, but I also love their friends as well. And you can see all the dynamics and everything.
It's
It
that
didn't
they
feel-
were indeed side characters, but they're so much more fleshed out and
Yes.
human.
And to be honest, the anime did something that the manga did not, and fleshed out that relationship for Yoshikawa.
Thank goodness.
Oh, great.
Because that's not been addressed.
It was beautifully done as well.
At all in the manga?
So there's the whole, we're pretending to date thing, and then there's the whole,
Are they,
okay,
aren't they?
aren't they? But there was never the scene in the cafe when he goes, "I like her," and everyone else is like,
What?
"Duh, you didn't realize this?"
So that's
I've been there a
that's
few times
anime
myself.
exclusive.
Yeah.
That's
I think it
great.
would be, yeah.
And it does a better job than the manga in
Yeah.
that regard. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to
I think
seeing
that
what
might
this
be a
last
case
episode will be.
of like the creators learning from the response to the
Possibly.
manga. perhaps.
Maybe. Because
Maybe.
it sounds very backwards for anime manga. Because, like, normally the anime is the one with the nuclear winter where nothing happens. And the manga's like...
You mean like Endless 8?
like Naruto.
And Anyway, enough on Horimiya, because the last episode isn't out at the time of recording. We will obviously be able to talk on that in future. Kenny.
Well, I've been busy over the past few days because I've been working all week, so I've been trying to catch up with everything. And I finished a whole lot of things. I got through all of Reincarnated as a Slime.
Nice.
Fine ending, very much
No spoilers, because I'm still behind.
no
Yeah.
spoilers, but I like the direction it's going. Dr. Stone Season 2 ended very poignantly, and the trailer for the next season
That
is
looks so exciting to me,
so
yeah.
See, it's catching up to where I got to in the manga.
Right.
I'm at the end of the next arc, and then I've refused to read any more because it feels like what's after that could be the final arc.
Yeah.
And of course, I've caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, of course.
Jujutsu.
Now let's stop and talk about Jujutsu for a little bit,
Of course.
because wow. for starters.
Again, I haven't watched it because I'm going to watch it now because it's all finished.
Yeah,
and
that's fair enough.
Is the
Plan.
dub,
It's
dub done
great.
yet?
I don't think so.
I
I
think
think it
it's the dub's done.
started,
I think
maybe.
Yeah,
it
it
started.
started because the English name is out. Do you guys know what the English name is?
Yes, it's so bad.
Wait, I don't know
Wait,
this.
wait. I need to get a drum roll for this. It's so bad.
It's terrible.
It is
Like,
so bad.
For anyone who made
Okay.
fun of like people who called Boku no Hero Academia My Hero Academy,
Yeah.
like this is nothing in
All right,
comparison.
I haven't got the drums, but I've got something good.
It's called Sorcery Fight. I wish this was one of my
Kaisen.
jokes. I wish this was one of my jokes.
Jujutsu
Are you sure it's
Kaisen.
not?
No,
I'm-
it's the literal
Wow.
English translation
Oh my
sorcery
lord.
fight.
I think I'm a little bit.
It's
Very disappointed.
I would have just left it as jujutsu.
It sounds so magical and enticing.
it does.
Say, boss, I know we're sort of a more PG oriented
No.
thing, but can
No,
I?
no, 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 no.
No, you're not allowed. We've made this
I
very
have
clear.
so many harsh words to say about
I know,
that.
and you can keep them to yourself. On
No,
because-
actually, you know
well-
what? I'll settle on 2 words, neither of which are swear words.
Okay.
Magical Molly.
Oh, you mean like 4 kids? Yeah, got you. The disappointment is real and the day is ruined.
But yeah, so a
Look.
lot of good things this season, and started actually cracking through Skate the Infinity.
Oh, that
so
was good.
Yeah.
So I think all of us are behind on it, but that one is one that we will definitely need
Oh,
to touch
yeah.
back
I'm
on.
up to date. What's up?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you had night shift.
It's Beyblades on skateboards.
It's great.
With Kissy Boys.
With pretty boys.
That pretty much
Boys.
sells it for me.
But it's that I was kind of brought low after all that because I decided to catch up on one that I had decided to drop.
And we will come back to that in just a moment.
Oh.
Firstly, Aaron,
Yo, what's up?
your pick was it's not an isekai, but a fantasy series.
Yes, and it's very sort of chill. I enjoyed it because like it's
Oh.
nice. It's
You feel like the stakes should be higher?
they should be high,
But they're not.
They're not.
They're more
Wait.
medium rare.
Last Dungeon Boonies.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the
Suppose
kid
a
from the
kid
last
from-
Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town.
Okay.
It's like some of the characters are a little problematic.
Yeah, they're a
But,
bit full on, but like
it's not the main characters. That's a
No.
nice change.
he's completely oblivious and he's just focused entirely on
Lloyd's a
trying to
good
become
dude.
a hero.
Yeah,
Well, a soldier. He doesn't even want to be a hero. He just wants to be a generic soldier.
he does. And I mean, he's a really good dude. And look, I'm not going to say like the art style or anything like that is anything mind-blowing, but
No.
it's nice.
It's-
The whole vibe of it is nice. It's fun. Kind of has a bit of a pick up girls in dungeons.
Little
Yeah,
bit.
kind of.
Danmachi vibe.
Yeah.
Not the same, of course.
No, totally
because
different.
Danmachi goes a lot more serious. But those first few episodes of Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girl in a Dungeon, where it's just like, it's silly and it's this and that.
Yeah.
and
A lot of
that's
the
whole thing.
environment and character art does seem very reminiscent of it, I will say.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same studio either. But okay. We can say that's a good one, but we need to talk about a disaster.
Oh, can you do a drum roll for this one,
Can we?
please?
Oh man.
Oh.
Do you-
I think I have something better than a drum roll.
Yes.
That
Kirabi.
is reserved for the team at Cloverworks who handled this.
Okay.
We are talking about Promised Neverland 2, and all I can think of is just no,
It's-
what were you guys thinking?
I actually, you said it was a big claim when I told you this over the messenger when I was watching it. It's one of the worst things I've seen since X-Arm.
Yep.
Oof.
And X-Arm was this season.
Yeah.
And I came up, I said from day one when I first watched the episode, I said, this does not feel right at
No,
all.
did.
it was all completely wrong. The tone was
Absolutely wrong.
shifted. It
Yeah.
was like it looked like it was trying to recapture some of the suspense and the horrors to make the monsters menacing. But
See, look, the thing is that first episode is correct.
Which is weird. 'cause I
Which
just-
is weird. Yeah, I know. But I will be honest, if you do like what Loz said in the past, if you
Right.
watch them back to back, I find that it does work.
Okay.
But the problem is they've tried to shove 4 seasons of content into 11 episodes.
they could have just
including a recap episode in that.
They could
I
have just
love
kept
that.
this going for ages. They could have
This
extended this out,
was-
followed the manga. They'd have. I actually
have
started
everything.
reading the manga as
Yeah.
well to see
Yeah.
what exactly was missing. Oh my God!
I know.
Stuff that's not in there is
Like my first warning sign was when after they met
Norman?
Misa,
the demon girl.
Musica, the music girl, the demon girl, Musica, the music girl,
musical.
After that, they're then meant to go to Goldie Pond, which is an incredibly important story arc, as you understand
changes
now.
the main character completely.
Yeah, and they skipped that, and I was like, okay. And then they've jumped ahead from that over to...
Like we were talking about that. We were thinking, oh, they'll make that a movie or an OVA. It'll be
We
great.
said that, yeah.
Yeah. There's an OVA coming. No one's interested.
Yeah, of course not.
So-
Not after what...
Yeah,
Because,
'cause-
I watched it right to the very end, and honestly, it just went full Game of Thrones Season 8.
Yep.
It undid
Hey,
any
now.
goodwill
No,
I
no,
had
you're
for
a
the
rock
first
star.
season.
It did.
Like,
Like-
I went back and
Wow.
watched some of the first season to look for clues for, like, all the weird stuff happening. I'm like, okay, yeah, check. But now...
I mean,
I don't think I'll ever return
No,
to
I don't
Promised
think I will.
Neverland.
it all checks out. Like everything that's the first season was picture perfect adaptation.
It was great.
And someone has decided that the season 2 they would wrap the entire thing up. And that was the dumbest decision they could have made because they essentially had on their hands the equivalent of the next Attack on Titan.
Oh, and how they bloody wrapped it up as well. It's
Yeah, they did a slideshow.
What they promised never landed.
Oh. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Come on, Netflix. You got all this anime coming this season. Hire me.
you get one bitter
That
clap.
was brilliant. No, Kenny, you deserve that one.
Oh, I need to go and find where I put all of like the anime award sound effects and put them on here so we can go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Omedetou.
Oh, I think I have that actually.
No, don't.
Got to take a bow.
All right, now look. What basically, if you've picked anything up from this, the shows to watch from this season were One Direct Priority, Horimiya, Jujutsu Kaisen, Last Dungeon Boonies, Reincarnated as a Slime was also quite a good one. There are some others as well which we haven't finished, like Skate the Infinite, which is looking spectacular, and as long as they stick the landing,
Yeah.
but
Would you two stop encouraging each other?
No.
But if you enjoyed Promised Neverland Season 1 and you've read any of the manga, you're going to hate Season 2. If you... I still think it's a stretch to say if you haven't seen the manga, you'd like Season 2.
No,
I've
no,
seen
no,
the
no.
Kenny
manga
hadn't
and
watched
I
it.
didn't
I hadn't read the
particularly.
manga, and I despised the second season.
Yeah.
And
It's all
now
too
that I
rushed.
have, yeah.
Yeah, keep reading the manga though. It's really good.
Yeah, drop the anime, read the manga, do yourselves the biggest of favors.
But I'm going to say, this season that we just had was probably one of the most solid seasons that
Oh,
we've had in
yeah.
a long
Definitely.
time.
Look, it says a lot when like all the anime review groups online and people on Mal and
It
ANN
was
are all
up-
saying
yeah.
like, "Wow, this is probably the biggest season we've had in quite a while."
You mean you got Attack on Titan and you know all of those.
The Attack on Titan final, not final season.
Part 2.5 Remix HD
But it's
featuring
made me-
Phoenix and Knuckles.
Excited about anime again. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because last year was a complete write-off, and
It
then
was.
you know to be able to
Sadly, yeah.
see the fans like, oh, what episode's coming up next? And, you know, we're getting that excitement again of
We
that
are.
weekly.
It's kind of it's
cast
bringing
thing.
it back, and that's what I think is really that's what it did for us. And I think also as well because we've kind of started to get. I mean, we're not obviously out of the pandemic yet.
No.
It's still going to be in probably another 2-3 years before anything kind of returns to full normalcy. But we're getting to a point with, you know, at least for our media consumption, the way
Yeah.
things are being produced, they figured out how they're doing it. And for us as consumers of the anime industry, we're able to feel like somewhat normal. It's a bit more normal than it had been last year.
There
return to
was,
form.
yeah, there was a little bit of controversy with the Wonder Egg episode recently, unfortunately. But again, that's
Considering
yeah.
how bad Cloverworks stuffed up Promised Netherland, I'm happy to wait for the final part
As
of
am I.
Yeah.
Wonder Egg.
Let's be patient.
Because they only have one show this season coming up, which is good.
That's
it's not,
good.
It's not on our list, but we'll get to that another time. On that note, let's go talk about the spring season.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
That's a lot of anime.
Oh, so many.
Spring anime.
How?
Spring is here, Asaparing is here. Life is Skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do. Don't you?
Of course you do. Are you not aware of this song, Lady
No.
Pfeiffer?
How do you go from contradiction to this?
That's a good point.
Well, because...
We just spring into it.
Yes. As a sunny afternoon as we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Yes, we are. All right, we'll stop
That would
singing
do
for
it.
now.
I love that song so much.
We played it on local radio as well, and I was just
Oh,
like, oh, no. Yes, it is the spring season, and that, of course, does mean there are a lot of things to talk about. It's not as big and heavy as, obviously, spring, well, the season that's just gone by. We do have a few returning shows. We'll cover them very quickly. So there is My Hero Academia, Fruits Basket final season. We aren't going to cover them because if you're already watching them, you know them. We don't want to waste your time. So let's talk about, straight off the top, something important that has now returned. And this is made Aaron very, very excited. So please, Aaron, enlighten us. Why is Shaman King such a big deal?
Well, if you were listening back in October for our Halloween episode where we were talking about ghosts, you'd know exactly how crazy I am about this show. Shaman King
good
is
reason.
so good. So good. The storytelling is amazing. The characters are great. The design, the whole premise of it is really well balanced. If you like your mythology and you like sort of fun action shonen, absolutely go nuts on this. Please do.
Now, this adaptation is being done by Studio Bridge. And I was like, who's that? Fairy Tale.
Oh, boy.
Which is by, another show which is being done as well. So Studio Bridge weren't the core studio for Fairy Tale, but they were involved in it in the production side. They also were the sole producer of Talentless Nana.
Oh.
So that's where I recognize the name from. They also did Devil Survivor 2 and The Royal Tutor. So they're a relatively young studio to be doing stuff completely in-house. But, with how good the quality of Talentless Nana was, I have good expectations. And this is a Netflix series, basically. So
Now, remind me, Aaron, the first iteration of Shaman King didn't go so well?
No, it went fine until
It just
the
didn't
ending.
follow the manga?
Yeah,
kind of. Like, it caught up to the manga, and then they went,
So manga ran from 98 to 2004, 35 volumes. The original series aired in 2001. Aired for
Long
64
time ago.
aired for 64 episodes and did not stick the landing.
No.
So this is a completely new anime adaptation adapting all 35 volumes of the manga's complete edition. 52 episodes this season.
So essentially,
So-
it's getting a full Metal Alchemist
Well,
Brotherhood treatment.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Not this, just to clarify, 52 episodes in this run. I don't think it's going to be a weekly because it's Netflix. So they're going to
Yeah.
do 52 episodes,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
stop,
it'll be
and then they'll
blocks.
release the next batch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can catch that on Netflix and Bilibili, and I have the summary here.
Nice.
On a starry night, middle schooler Manta meets Yo Asakura, a young shaman who has the ability to talk to spirits and also has the ability to let them possess him to use their powers. Yo has a heavy duty on his soldiers. That's a typo. Yo has a heavy duty on his shoulders. He must become the Shaman King by winning the Shaman Fight, a tournament between shamans that happens once every 500 years. Joined by his spirit medium fiancé Ana Kyoyama, his personal samurai spirit Amidamaru,
Amidamaru.
and his other friends, Yo must also face a larger evil, Hao, a powerful man who aims to create a new world with only shamans by becoming the Shaman King himself.
See, there's a very fun thing to do with Shaman King, and how is Yo's twin? He's just evil.
Is
and,
the evil twin?
yeah,
Okay,
and nobody
Does
knows
he
how
have the
that happened.
goatee?
There we go. There
Why?
it is. No, how?
Why
is Gamora?
So, Shaman King, good news, rated PG-13, 52
Nice.
episodes, as we've mentioned, from a manga. It's airing on Thursdays at 5:55 p.m. on basically is the release time in Japan. I'm not sure on how the Netflix international release schedule is going, but this is going to be happening at the same time as the Japanese release. So, not like Beastars or anything like that, where we have to wait a couple of months for them to finish it and then
No,
put it
I
out.
wonder if Netflix will do that. They kind of have a penchant for waiting until they're all out
I think the first episode's already out.
Is it?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty
What
sure.
am I doing here? Let me out!
Definitely worth checking out. It's got a lot of heritage to it. It's got a very good story to rely on. And the fact that they're going to be following the manga, and the manga did exceptionally well in Japan.
It was beautiful.
So it's definitely going to be worth checking out. Now, we now need to go from shamanistic stuff to a bit more technological stuff.
And nomadistic stuff?
Well, no. Though
Mad?
you're close on the name because we're talking about Nomad.
Oh.
Yes.
Which is actually called Megalobox 2.
The sequel to Megalobox, which we had a great time with when it came
I
out.
love Megalobox so much.
Convince me, boys, because I'm
Okay.
Did you ever watch the old Rocky movies?
very long time ago, probably.
But you remember that they've kind of got a
The boxing-
beloved kind of spot in
Right.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
This has a heritage.
Mhm.
It's based on a very old anime called
Well, it's a manga called Ashita no Jo.
Okay.
yes,
which
which
is-
also had live action movies. It had
Oh.
all sorts of stuff based on.
I think the translation is Regular Joe or Everyday Joe. It's about a boxer.
Okay.
And the manga's been running for, well, the first Megalobox was a reimagining of it to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the manga.
It was like this. The original is this extraordinary underdog tale of this guy who comes from nothing to rise to glory. And so this one, Megalobox, comes along, which is very, very similar, except it's set in a future where boxers fight with mechanized armature gear to make their punches land with like tons
Wasn't
of
there
force.
a Hugh Jackman movie like this?
Yeah.
It was actually, yes.
Except that was robots fighting in an arena
Yeah.
like Rock'em Sock'ems. This is
Yeah.
people wearing like big metal rigs
Okay.
to punch each other harder.
So the thing that is appealing about Megalobox is somehow they've managed to embed it with a massive 80s nostalgia hit. And when you're watching it, the way it's been styled, the way it's drawn, because this isn't done like some of the modern productions, the way they've produced it is like it was a traditional cell-based anime.
It's
Good
certain
days.
characters in it, like who was the villain in the first?
Yuri.
Yes, Yuri especially. His whole character
He's
design.
not on ice.
Wasn't Yuri the bad guy in Rocky? Like one of them?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
must
And that
break
was
you.
where the inspiration comes from because he's also got a similar build and look and heritage.
Yeah, it's
So
just
don't sue.
if you Google his face, if you like get just an image of him, you'll see. Wow, this is like something from the very, very old times. This is from the same time as the
Well,
original Dororo.
Do you want to know why they named him Yuri? He has white hair. Snow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's Yuki.
Yeah, that's Yuki. Yuri
was
is
Lily.
Lily, yeah. He's definitely not a Lily. He
I
ain't
was
soft.
I was gonna say like
But yeah, basically, the main character is called Junk Dog. He's not a citizen. He hasn't got an actual name. It's basically an unrecorded birth. And unless you're a citizen, you can't participate in the tournament. So they forge his credentials. And then the idea from there is he has to go up the ranks, but they have no money to buy this epic equipment. So he makes a name for himself by fighting without the equipment.
Nikki Boy.
Okay.
So he's going up
No.
against world-trained athletes wearing, it's not like there's performance-enhancing drugs in this. It's performance-enhancing technology.
It's state-of-the-art
Wow.
hardware.
Okay.
And then, there's obviously like, the idea of, Megalobox. This is the first tournament they've had called Megalonia. And it's like, oh, wow, what's, what's going to be the first person to win this? And, the idea that someone who... It's basically run by a company that makes the gear. And the idea that someone who doesn't even wear the gear is putting their gear to shame is a real point of contention throughout the whole show. So there's
controversy.
There's a lot of
And
controversy.
the rivalry between Yuri and Junk Dog is fascinating. It's nothing based on hate or anything so much passion. It's more pride than
Yeah.
Maybe I do have to give the show.
I really think
and
you do.
so
Like, I mean,
season 2 is coming, and this is set
7 years.
7 years
Okay.
after the event. So just like, ooh, what's gonna be? What's gonna happen? I need to know.
In the end, so I won't read the full summary because it gives away the end of Megalobox. But Gearless Joe was one of the final contestants in Megalonia, the first ever Megalobox tournament. Fans everywhere were mesmerized by Joe, who sprung out from the deepest underground ring to the top in a mere 3 months.
It doesn't end how you think it ends.
No. Gearless Joe was one fighting in the underground matches adorned with scars, and 7 years later, another person who was Gearless Joe is fighting in the underground tournaments, covered in scars, and now only known as Nomad.
Is this a revenge story of Glass Joe from Punch-Out?
No. No.
Are you sure?
I'm not
It's
giving
Joe's-
you anything. I'm not giving you anything on that.
Come on.
Megalobox 2, R17 MA15 plus
Okay.
rating because of the violence in it. So obviously, if you are going to watch it with the kids, make sure they're in their teens. They'll understand it a bit better then.
And if you live with your parents, watch it with your parents.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, it's actually a really good show to watch with family.
Oh, I was
I
going
mean-
to say,
adult
like,
parents.
okay.
Especially if your parents are from the time of your old school 80s movies like Rocky, they'll get a kick out of this too.
They definitely will. Action, sci-fi, sports, drama. TMS Entertainment are doing it. Who did the original one? They do Dr. Stone, Rent a Girlfriend, Fruits Basket, D. Greyman,
So it's
Detective
good stuff.
Conan.
Yeah.
Good heritage.
So
behind that.
TMS is too many shows.
Tokyo Media Systems.
Come on, the first one didn't land. I had to go for the
so
uppercut.
good. It's
a
got.
feint.
We don't know how many episodes this one's going to be, but it will likely be 12 because that's how long the first one was. And once again, it's an original series, so that it's very rare for an original franchise to get 24 eps. Airs on Sunday nights at 11
What a
p.m.
good time.
First episode was this weekend, I should say, for those listening on Monday. You can watch it on Anime Lab, Funimation, Wackanim, Bilibili, Anyone, Asia, and I think there's a couple of others that are picking it up as well.
Okay.
But obviously, this is the problem. Like, we won't know the full list until probably 2 weeks after the first
Hang
ep.
on, did it come out on Netflix originally?
I think it was out on Netflix for a bit.
It was out on Netflix, but it wasn't originally on Netflix.
Not
So
around-
it was on.
The dub was
They picked
only
it up
on
later.
Toonami, which was weird at the time.
Ah.
Yeah. So I've got the Blu-rays now for the original series, and
Okay.
getting hold of them with the dub was incredibly difficult.
That's always the case,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah.
No, it was definitely on free to air in Tokyo, in Japan at
Yeah.
least. And I think Anime Lab and Funimation had the
That's
rights
what I'm trying to
to it.
figure out who actually
Yeah.
had the.
I'm pretty sure Funimation and Anime Lab had the rights to it last time, but they
Okay.
didn't have the rights to the dub, which was a bit weird.
Oh.
And then I think, or
That
they
would
just,
make sense because it's an LA dub.
yeah. So there. Yes. Anyway, moving right along.
Right on.
Let's talk romance because it's what I love to do
Oh,
every
yeah,
season.
so
preview.
do I.
I love
Guess
the way
who-
your eyes sparkle, Kyle.
I love the way your head reflects the light.
Amazing.
Can you be my Krillin?
If that doesn't make the highlight reel, I don't know.
I'm writing that down now. It's real.
Shiny head.
Now, we are going to talk about Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is an anime manga I've been reading for a few years alongside a couple of seasons ago. You might remember
Teasing Master Takagi.
Teasing Master Takagi started me down this track. So I started reading
okay.
I started reading the Teasing Master Takagi manga, and then I discovered Uraka-chan Wants to Hang Out. No, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. Not
I was
Uraka.
going to say, like, are we floating into that one?
Yeah,
Like,
she will be my hero. So there's Uzaki-chan, and then there was this one as well, Nagatoro. And all of them have a different sort of twist on the teasing younger girl or teasing girl who likes the guy but doesn't necessarily say so or realize it.
Yeah.
And along with this one, there's also another one which is Yancha Gal, she's a gal and the guy's nerdy and it's really sweet. And I really hope that one gets an adaptation because that's don't get me wrong, Nagatoro is going to be great, but Yancha Gal-chan will be just mwah.
Yeah, Nagatoro looks very much more high energy
Yeah.
in comparison
So-
to Teasing Master Takagi.
Nagatoro is a psycho. Let's just put it out there. So she's a
Sweet but a
little.
psycho.
She's a bit. She's lost her.
I watched
she's
too many
lost.
TikToks, sorry.
You've clearly watched too many TikToks.
what's a TikTok?
It's what the clock
Back
do.
in my day, we didn't have TikToks.
Sorry to the younger generations that are watching this, are listening to this right now.
Ichi-ni-san, ya, arigato.
So Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro is basically you've got the guy. So high schooler Nagatoro is a freshman who loves teasing and torturing her senpai Naoto. What's her motivation? Why does senpai put up with her? Does Nagatoro just want to create misery, senpai, or maybe there's something else? There's something
There's
else.
something else.
She's got bionicles.
Oh,
So look, it's
It's called Don't Toy With Me.
So it's
She has
comedy,
bionicles.
slice of life,
That would work.
romance. We don't have a rating on it, but just based on what could be potentially perceived as fan service. I'm going to say probably in that it'd be floating around the PGM.
Yeah, because
area.
it leads you to believe that she's doing things.
Yeah, she's not, but
No.
it's the teasing part.
Yeah.
It's done by
Always
Telecom
the
Animation.
tease.
We don't know how many episodes either, likely 12. It's going to be out on April 11th. So we've got another week after this episode comes out until it's actually hitting the air on a Sunday at 1 a.m. Sunday morning. It comes
God, I
out.
can't wait to hear that dub. Actually, that's gonna be
The dub's already been announced, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, who are they getting for the main girl?
It's a Crunchyroll dub, I believe.
I think it's a Crunchyroll one. So it'll be LA actors again.
Yeah, so
Alright.
it's got it's on ADN if you're in Europe, and Crunchyroll, and Annie Plus if you are in the States as well, along with Crunchyroll, of course. But look, it's a series that if you liked TZ Master Takagi, if you liked Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, you'll enjoy it. It's a good laugh.
Surprised it's not on Netflix, because didn't that other series go on to Netflix recently as well?
Oh, TZ Master Season 2
Yeah.
went Netflix exclusive, yeah.
Interesting.
Which was really frustrating.
When we watched this one, she had the fang, and Uzaki had the fang as well. Did
Yep.
the original one have the fang as well?
No, Takagi doesn't. So
Oh.
there's this so TZ Master Takagi's been running for about 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet and sort of like innocent, whereas there's this kind of about 4 years ago, this kind of turn towards a slightly darker, funnier story on the
Gotcha.
teasing front kind of came about, where it's a girl teasing a guy, but it's not in a cute way. It seems like it's bullying, but it's not meant to be bullying. But it is.
It's that playful thing that, like, you tell your parents about it and they go, "Oh, that just means they like you."
She punched a hole in my head. Oh, she just likes you. But look, if you enjoy that sort of, romantic comedy, don't expect a payoff in this, just like with Uzaki-chan. Nothing big has happened, where there's been any form of confession or anything. Expect the series to kind of end on like a, well, we kind of know something's going on now, but neither of them will admit
Oh,
it.
they're so frustrating, those animes.
But, I mean, it's like, well,
Literally.
with TZ Master Takagi, we've got the benefit of its spin-off manga, TZ Master Takagi Moto, which is them growing up with a kid.
Oh,
And it's so cute. And she still
Which
teases
kind of gives
him.
away the ending, but...
Yeah.
Dang it, Kyle.
That hasn't happened in the manga yet either.
Kyle.
But over the course of the manga, you see them growing closer.
That's cute.
Yeah, and the guy who writes that has got like 5 mangas on the go, and they're all monthly.
Goodness me.
Yikes.
So yeah, he does a lot.
Look at that man go.
I approve.
Look at that man go.
Look at him go.
I see what you did. Kenny finally caught on to it. Okay, right. Lady Fafa.
Yes. Hello.
We need to have a talk about your one for this season, which is kind of riding on the coattails of a fairly well-known franchise that ended recently.
Yeah, there's
The
some
tail
familiar
coat?
faces.
Very
in this.
familiar faces. It's Eden's Zero.
Eden Zero. Now, if you've not heard of Eden Zero before, that probably wouldn't be surprising because it's fairly new as far as a manga franchise
I would
goes.
say probably 2 to 3 years now it's been out. It came out pretty much straight after Fairy Tail. So
These two are just... Aaron's trying to get Kenny to respond. He's just got
Not happening.
his
We're
head
a
turned
slapstick
up.
comedy duo. He's
Yeah.
the straight man, and I'm just the goof.
Would-
I refuse to
Actually, we
acknowledge
could
that.
totally do a stage show like that.
Anyway, back
Yeah,
to
back to
Eden's,
what we were
Eden Zero. So Eden's... Oh, sorry. Couple of quick things I forgot to mention with Nagatoro. Telecom Animation did Orange Tower of God Lupin III. So
nice.
good pedigree for the animation, and animation style looks good. It is a bit weird seeing some of her friends animated and coloured in now.
You did say
You did
because
say that, actually.
The only colour covers have ever been of Nagatoro and the
Right.
Senpai. All the friends I've only ever seen in black and white for like 70 chapters. And especially
The dumb girl?
the dumb girl is probably the easiest way to explain it because
Yeah.
she is...
Well, that's how they listed her on the trailer.
Bricks are smarter. She's literally meant to be that, really dumb, really clueless friend
Ditzy airhead.
who is a troll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I never thought she was blonde. I never thought
Really?
she'd be
With
like
that
a gal.
hairstyle?
It just didn't occur to me. I thought maybe white hair or black hair or brown hair.
Kyle,
Never blonde.
what's the stereotypical dumb hair color?
In Japan, it's different.
It's pink, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's blonde.
Oh, yeah.
I was teased my whole life for
Chica.
being
No,
blonde.
but in Japan,
But in Western culture, yes.
You're
In
blonde?
Japan, blonde is
I
not
was.
Can't
considered.
tell.
blue is a smart hair color from memory, isn't
So
it?
blue's the smart hair color. Tinted with, if it's brown tinted red, they're fiery personality
Yeah.
typically, which is why you've got like Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter.
Right.
What's green?
Green's normally
smart and
Yeah.
fierce.
smart and fierce, yeah.
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 And then that's where the blonde, because Sailor Moon obviously
Was
remember?
blonde. And I mean, look, I wouldn't say she's dumb.
No, but she's not.
Like
Very
she's just a bit
smart.
klutzy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't think they would have went for the blonde coloring for it. But anyway, I'm completely taking us away from Eden Zero. So
Yes.
my apologies. Back to Eden Zero. So Eden Zero is a sci-fi shonen space comedy adventure.
Yep.
It is created by the guy who did Fairy Tail.
So this is really exciting for me because Fairy Tail is one of those shows that actually got me back into anime when I had that break in between.
Yeah.
It was just that comfort comedy, easy-going show with
Yeah.
adorable characters and stuff like that. But for me, Fairy Tail ended really weirdly. So
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of was very disappointed with the last season and the final arcs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
A
it dragged
lot of-
on a lot with the previous one as
I
well.
was going to say, I remember you mentioning, and I've seen this elsewhere, where people are saying that it felt like it was just the same story told over
It
again
was.
and
It
again
was.
and again.
And the fights were executed the exact
same way.
Oh,
Every
geez,
time.
That's awkward.
Whereas if they just cut a lot of it and just went straight into the season that we had, it would have made a lot more
Yeah.
sense. But we
Yeah.
won't get into that.
Anyway, so Eden Zero
Eden
is the
Zero
latest
is-
project by that author.
You're-
Also from a manga. Also JC staff behind it
Yes.
again as well. PG-13 is the official rating that it's been given, which is good.
Mm.
So that'll be a bit more accessible. We don't know how many episodes, and I'm really...
It's going to be a weekly. It's going to be.
I'm really hoping it isn't because it's on Netflix.
This is where I'm really confused with how it's landed on Netflix because
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to either. Well, in Japan, you get the weekly Netflix drops anyway.
Yeah.
That's a common
that's
thing.
normal for there, yeah.
For us in Western, it's going to be like the 6 episodes drop,
Mm.
next 6 drop, or they'll do like 12, drop, wait a couple more months, add the next 12, whatever it's going to
Yeah.
be.
Sort of like
Which is
Great Pretender
frus-
and
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Pacific
very
Rim.
frustrating for shows like this because it's kind of that weekly
Yeah.
watch kind of thing.
Well, here's the interesting thing. It's on Netflix internationally. In Japan, it's on Hulu.
Is that right?
Yep, Hulu Japan for watching in Japan. So I think we will see it in a weekly format if it is a weekly show.
Okay.
I'm... Because
They
of
are
the way...
moving into it though, in the way with the
Yeah.
weeklies, but
I think we'll
don't know.
see.
and that's just a weird thing because like I would have thought this would have dropped on Funimation or it should have been a funny.
If anyone was going to grab it, Funimation would have.
Would have definitely
They would have
grabbed
been
it.
hands down for it. But
Yeah.
it looks like, at least this season in particular, Netflix has really been pushing to beef up
'Cause
their
it's a hit,
catalog.
though. It's-
Because it's a massive hit in the manga. But the other issue as well is that a lot of what Netflix has been putting out as anime hasn't been good.
No,
Like,
Yeah,
let's not
I
beat around the
think-
bush.
no, it's not.
I
good.
think they're sort of realizing their mistake and trying to become competitive again with Crunchyroll and Annie.
Yeah, and
Well,
we'll
yeah.
we'll see what happens. But look, the story's quite interesting.
It
so
is, actually.
it is the year, and this is classic, X492.
Ooh.
Stardate X492.
Captain's log.
Captain's log. Yeah.
Captain's log. I'm out of toilet roll. An
I
age in
picked
which
this out of the toilet. This captain's log.
Oh god.
I think we can keep that.
No, we can. It's a poop joke. It's fine.
Toilet humor's fine.
An age in which people freely travel through the universe, Rebecca, a video-creating bee-cuber, visits the robotic world of Gran Bell and meets a young man with special powers, Shiki, who's lived his entire life among machines in what was technically an old amusement park. So that's kind of cool. Soon, Shiki is exploring the cosmos with Rebecca, encountering new places, people, and things, and making friends along the way.
Okay, now the Friends. Let's talk about the Friends for a second.
Does it look a bit familiar?
Very familiar to the point that the names are exactly the same as well.
Really?
Wait,
Oh, Lord
what?
Almighty.
So the cat, the blue cat, Happy. His name's Happy in Fairy Tale. Plu, the little
The
snowman.
drill-nosed guy.
Yes. the
No.
dog. Same character.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's a very weird continuation in all his stories and stuff to have the same.
I mean, look, I kind of understand because like there are other artists who do that. where they integrate it.
Studio Trigger.
Okay, so is this just like alternate universe
Yeah,
kind of
that's
thing?
what exactly it is. It's an alternate universe
Instead of
thing.
magic, it's technology.
Exactly.
I get you.
Okay, no, I can.
And so there's that common theme of these characters in there.
I was going to say this
yeah.
is like the difference between Gantz,
Uh-huh.
the manga,
Ah.
the original Gantz, and then there's Gantz G, which is girls, and all they've done is just gender flip the characters and kept the same names. And then there's now Gantz E, which is in the Edo period.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, I
Wait,
thought you were going to say they were
seriously?
elephants.
There's also people with similar names.
Yeah. So, but you look at the main characters as well, and you think, hang on, that looks like the main character from Fairy Tail
Yep.
with black hair.
Yep.
Oh,
is.
the main girl, Rebecca. Hang on, she looks exactly like
Lucy.
Lucy.
It's
Great.
Did
Hey.
Lucy have red hair?
No,
No,
she
that
was
was the other
blonde.
one. All right.
It's so
Urza was
surreal
red.
to
It
watch
is
the
really
trailer.
bizarre, and
Yeah.
to me, it's comforting knowing
It
that
feels
these characters-
familiar.
It does, but
It's
at the same
kinda
time, I'm like,
worrying.
yes, that's what I mean. It's
Because
very
like Natsu being raised by dragons in the wild is
Mm.
similar to this dude being raised by machines in
Yes.
an old park.
Yeah.
Wow.
So is this literally going down
It's
the same route?
parallel.
So I think we'll be able to tell after the first season whether or not it's basically a cookie cutter copy because the fights will be the same.
So what do you reckon is going on here? The creators just like, oh, Fairy Tail was good, but I want to do it again. But
No,
with
I
some
actually
tweaks."
think
do
it's
it
the parallel universe thing.
You
As a
reckon so?
creator, like I've got stories in my head, and like one of the things I really want to flesh out is that alternate universe
Yes.
thing where it's like, okay, instead of this, what if it was this, but the same characters doing the same thing?
Like,
and, like how
instead
it
of Lord of the
impacts that.
Rings being in a fantasy setting, what if it was a Western?
Yeah,
Well,
instead
yeah,
of New
or
Zealand,
like
America.
steampunk or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm on two minds with it because like I can see like this would be great.
one cog to rule them all.
Like it
The
could be
golden gear.
amazing. It could be like that comfort show that I'll be watching again. Or it'll be just an absolute knockoff rip-off of the
Yeah.
Fairy
Original
Tale,
material.
which
Fairy
will
Tale.
Roll
annoy
down
me
memory lane. Yeah.
because I don't want to go through that pain again of the last two seasons.
And that was
of Fairy
200
Tail.
episodes or so.
Yeah, it'll be
wasn't
good
it?
for like
So-
one season,
Yeah.
and then tap out.
What I
Yeah.
would like though is to see the dub actors, which will, this
Reprise
will
the same
get,
characters?
will reprise the other characters. Like I'd
do you
love to
reckon
see.
they will?
I reckon Jeremy Lee would do it,
Well, look, I know they would do it, but the issue is that Netflix has the rights.
but Jeremy Lee's now LA dub actor.
Oh, okay, fair
Very
enough.
well, very well.
Yeah, so
All
it could
right.
work
Well, look, Eden Zero lands April 10, so not this Sunday, next
Saturday.
the coming Sunday for those listening because we release on Monday.
Right.
And on YouTube on Tuesday, but we'll see. So that's on Netflix. It's going to be interesting. PG-13, so family friendly. We don't have an episode count yet. We don't know the release schedule. We don't even know if it's actually going to get released international properly. They're being very mum's the word on it. It's meant to be.
So they have said Netflix is definitely getting it.
Yep. Yeah, no, they've got the rights. They've got the trailers.
Okay.
They've got all their branding all over the trailers. And the trailers have subtitles on the Netflix
That's
official
true,
stream,
that's
which
true.
suggests that the English version should be coming at the same
At
time.
the same time, yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
We'll see when we get Eden's one.
Now, we're
Oh,
going to...
yeah.
Oh, that's season 2. Hey. So we now need to talk about something that none of us really kind of voted for, but seems to be very popular in the listing. So because we're doing 5, we figured our 4 views and the 5th
together.
one that's being looked at.
Right.
And this one's called Dragon Goes House Hunting. Now, if you haven't heard of this, I wouldn't be surprised, because neither had I. Dragon Goes House Hunting is a sci-fi series. Not sci-fi. Wrong one. It's a
Medieval.
fantasy
Yeah, there you go.
shonen comedy
Are we,
series.
It's a
are we
mecha
flipping
dragon.
the genres again?
Parallel universe.
It's Mega Dragonzilla. So it doesn't have a rating. So that suggests it should be family friendly. So G, general rating. Signal MD is the studio behind it. You'll recognize them from Recovery of an MMO Junkie, Atom the Beginning, and FLCL Progressive. Yes, I know Kenny. It's from a manga. It's going to be airing Sundays at 10 p.m. Anime Lab, Aniplus, Bilibili, Funimation, Wakanim. Pretty much anything associated with Funimation will get it.
Frankly, this thing looks both comfy and kind of like Konosuba hilarious.
Yeah, it feels
I
slice
get
of life.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
a little bit from the character design of the dragon.
Yeah.
There's some crossover there.
Yeah.
So the story so far, when a dragon fails to live up to the fearsome standard set for him, his family kicks him out. He embarks on a quest to find a new home, but soon finds that life on the road is no place for a cowardly beast of legend. In a fantasy world full of elves, dwarves, and other mythical creatures, where everyone wants a piece of him, literally, the frustrations of house hunting reach a whole new level. He finds an elven real estate agent.
Who's hot?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that for a second. The character designs on this, my goodness.
They're very good.
I mean, elves are always made to look very, very pretty.
That's
All
true.
All
the
the
human
characters
plus
are
one.
very pretty.
But normally I'm not into elves.
Yeah.
I'm a very
I hope you
dwarvish
wouldn't.
man.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes. Diggy diggy hole.
Dwarfs have the beard, man.
Yeah.
So look, this season, this is going to be kind of like the comfy, chill fantasy show for this season, really. There is another one, which is I've been killing slime for 300 years and I've maxed out my level.
Oh, yeah.
you?
And I've read the manga for that, and to be honest, it's not as good as this one. No, Kenny, my level...
You look incredible for your age.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
touched by Aaron.
the
Across the
hand.
table.
Literally, they're touching hands.
Nothing
can't see
else. This is PG.
It's just too hot for the internet.
It is actually getting quite warm in here.
It's getting quite warm
Censor
in
it,
here.
censor it.
Hand holding.
It's all
Hand
Hand
holding.
holding.
Filthy.
black lines.
So look, this is going to be an interesting one to see if it's good or not. All the previews we've seen for it look quite entertaining. It looks like it'll be very funny each episode. I suspect they'll be going to a new location to inspect whether it's a suitable home, and then having something happen that ruins the inspection and decide no, this doesn't work.
But as you're listening to the trailer as well, you'll notice the music and the sound effects. They hit that whole 8-bit video
Yeah.
game thing.
Yes, they
and
do.
they're going to be going with that theme. And so I'm watching this trailer thinking, they're trying to bribe me with nostalgia, and it's working.
Yeah.
It's working a lot.
So, as I said, that'll be across the Funimation suites. Now, we do need to do our usual jump back and talk about what I like to call the usual suspects.
Oh, so we're not dragging that one out?
No, we're not dragging that one out. Well done. We do need to talk about something important. Black Clover has come to an end.
Wow.
Arrivederci.
Yes, 170 episodes, and for once, a weekly shonen series has come to an end for a good reason.
Which is?
They caught up to the manga, and they're not going to give us filler instead.
Whoa.
What?
That's progressive.
Yeah. That was exactly my thought as well. So
That's
they've
amazing.
They've left it completely open for them to continue later on, but they've caught up to the manga and they're not going to just start throwing filler episodes
Excellent.
in.
That's
And that's
beautiful.
why Black Clover has become so popular, because unlike Naruto and One Piece, they've never done filler episodes.
So they've just stopped.
That's good.
and not only have they stopped, they've stopped exactly the same place the manga stopped and haven't tried to put an ending in that's alternative. And there's a film coming next year.
Wow. I mean, I've got a couple of mates who have been watching the series religiously. They sent me a few clips of the last episode, and I reckon I might have to take this one up.
Yeah.
Like, this might have to be one of those long-form series that I actually have to watch.
Yeah. So we'll get
Haven't
into
done
that
that
a bit
since
more.
Naruto
Black Clover.
Shippuden.
Yeah, I actually want to do it because, like, I remember when it first came out, everyone's like, oh, he screams too much. It's, like, not really worth watching.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the first few
Yeah.
episodes are a bit of a marathon to get through.
It's
but
apparently
once
the
you get
I think it's
that,
the first
it takes off.
15, and then after that, their characters have aged a little bit more. They've settled into their roles, and the
Yeah.
story starts.
So none of us have seen this, right?
No.
None of us have seen it. I believe our
Wi-Fi screening!
we could
That
do, we could
could
do it for
do.
Wi-Fi watches. Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, we definitely need to check it out. I've seen episode 1 and 2. And that was, I watched it with my brothers because they were watching, and they're like, you should really check it out. And then I was just like, I can't commit to another weekly anime right now.
It gets a bit
Well,
like
you know,
that.
I haven't
Like-
actually picked up one in recent time. Maybe I should do Black Clover. and
I've just
try.
got too much of a back catalogue right now.
I tried doing One Piece.
Yeah, no. Well, on that note, so Boruto just passed episode 192.
How is that show still going on?
Burrito.
Because it will never die because of the Naruto fandom. One Piece has hit 967.
Ooh.
Crikey.
Now, we have an announcement.
Oh.
Detective Conan, as of this week, is on episode 1001.
Hey!
So, you know...
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
That's the first... Well, it's not the first episode to show to crack 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, The
but it's-
Simpsons.
No. First, I mean in Japan. It's not the first anime series to crack 1,000 episodes, but it is the first full-length anime series
Yeah.
to crack
Fair
it, because
enough,
the
fair
other
enough.
one's a short-form series, and it's designed for education.
Yeah.
So it's got like 3,000 episodes, and each episode's 3 minutes.
wow.
So, you know, that's still less than 1,000
Has
episodes
anyone
full
actually
length.
watched Detective Conan here?
I've watched a bit of it. I've watched a few of the old episodes and bits of one of the movies. I really want to see Detective Conan versus Lupin.
Yeah, that's actually out.
Yes.
There's a film
What
called
about with Professor Layton as well?
Does that happen?
I don't know if that happens.
We'll
It'd
throw
be
that
pretty
one
cool
in.
though. Yeah. I'd like to
Okay.
see that. But yeah, Detective Conan is basically kind of reminiscent of Inspector Gadget and
Bit of James Bond.
bit of James Bond
but, like,
to it, bit of
as a kid.
MacGyver, but he's young. And
Okay. So not creepy.
No. And it's really funny as well because everyone makes the joke online and it's like, the year's 2060. Black Clover has finished its final arc. Boruto's son, Dorito. You've seen it too?
Yeah.
Boruto's son, Dorito, is now trying to become the Hokage. One Piece has still not found the One Piece. And Detective Conan has finished his first year of school.
Do you think we'll ever get to the end of One Piece, though?
Yeah, the final arc's happening now and they're pretty close to the manga.
Oh,
so,
my goodness.
Yeah,
Yikes.
They're on
Yeah.
their way.
they're on their way.
Oh.
Feels like the end of an era.
Yeah. But that's the first half. We realise this is going to be a slog. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after this.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
That's a lot of anime.
Oh, so many.
Spring Anime.
Spring is here. Spring is here.
We'll fade him down. I think I need to get a new theme because we will. While I love the song, it is a bit distracting, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
a little
It
bit.
is. So let's dive back in.
And maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two while we're poisoning pigeons in the park.
You really missed your calling with Disney, haven't you?
No thanks.
Oh, that'd be
It
great.
is the dark Disney. What would be the dark Disney?
Prince Kenny.
Kenneth.
Kenneth Dislander.
Lord Kenneth.
Now,
Lord.
let's jump straight back in. We need to talk about Zombieland Saga
Yes, we do.
Revenge.
This one's your domain,
Oh,
I'd say.
always going to be. Anything with idols, what's it going to be? Actually, it could be you now.
Yeah, it could be me. What's up?
No, it's not going to be.
Kurt's Lady
Oh,
Oh, actually, on that note, Kyle,
Yes.
you sent a video to the Kawaii-Fi Discord today.
Yes, I did. It's a car doing Nico Nico Ni.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
that sounds terrifying.
I
it's hilarious.
lost it. I was laughing my head off. So if you join our Discord,
Join our Discord.
you can see it. Okay, so Zombieland Saga. Now, the first season was,
2018.
yes,
Yes.
Mappa, so it's going to be fantastic regardless. I'm really looking forward to this because it is a continuation of the first season.
And it seems more serious.
It does, doesn't it?
Which is unusual.
So I think with the first season, we got more of just the characters and developing the characters. This is actually going to be like really fleshing out that story and them getting their revenge as well.
What on?
Well, that's what it wasn't very clear with the trailer. That's what made
Definitely
me,
not me. I have nothing to do with it. I don't know why
I'd
that
like
even
to
came
know.
up.
I want to know how they actually became the zombies. That's what
Yeah.
really I want to know.
Because my initial impression of Zombieland Saga was that it was post-apocalyptic, but
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It's just normal. But I'm
Yeah.
sitting there going,
They're just zombies.
what? Yeah.
And I love that you were like, "Is Saga a real place?" I'm like, "Yes, it
Like,
is."
is Saga Prefecture real? They haven't made this up. It sounds too good of a name for a
Yeah,
prefecture.
people do the pilgrimage now to Saga.
Oh,
Yeah, so
there you go.
But yeah, I'm really curious about this one because the first season was very good. Like it was just beautifully done. It is a bit of like a you have to sit and watch it. Please don't watch it. Sorry, dub people, but do not watch it with a dub. You have
No.
to watch it with the sub on this one.
The dub on it's not good enough.
No, and I did not like the fact that they dubbed the songs as well. That
Yeah.
made me quite
They
angry.
dubbed them
Yeah, that's
poorly
dicey.
too.
No offense, Funimation dub, but yeah.
Look, I will happily throw Funimation under the bus every time with their dubs because it's hit and miss with them.
Right, I really don't think they should touch the songs. That's my thing. If you
Yeah.
don't do it for Love Live, why are you doing it for this? Like that just makes no
I know.
sense.
Can you imagine Snow Halation in English like Goofy? I mean, it just.
Yeah, no, I would actually rage and be very angry.
Are you kidding? That would definitely be my go-to song to dance to. 100%.
It already is.
It already
No,
is.
the English dub.
I
I'm
kind
sure
of
there's
it was.
it's somewhere.
So look, Zombieland Saga, music, comedy, supernatural, idol,
Yep.
R17/MA15, depending on region.
Now, this is the question I'm asking. Now, we talked about this. We thought it was going to be on Amazon, but yet we're seeing the trailers of like on Crunchyroll.
So
and
Anime Lab, AOD,
Yeah.
which is Anime on Demand, Bilibili, Crunchyroll, Funimation, and Muse. Pretty much every single one of Muse
So everyone's got
Asia's
it.
branches. Yeah. So a lot of people have got it. The only group, like, I'm surprised Wakanim haven't, and I think that's because of AOD. Because
Okay.
AOD's I'm pretty sure in Europe. I completely mind blanked on it. But we. Obviously, a lot of them haven't declared who's got it yet. It airs this Thursday at midnight. So Thursday midnight, Friday morning.
Okay.
That took a while for me to figure out. I had to go and have a look at a countdown timer to make sure I was right.
Yeah.
I'm like, so is it Friday night or Friday
That's
morning?
not what they had last year either. They had it on a different time, which is very interesting.
Oh no, that's normal. Like they'll
No.
change
But
it.
like, I think theirs when it originally aired was like a Friday or Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was the prime time kind of thing for anime.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, look, let's be honest. There is no prime time for anime,
Never,
really, because it's always
it's always
like
on.
from. Well, we say that, but I believe one of the shows we're talking about this season is airing at like 5 p.m. and I was like,
Which
really?
one?
We'll find out.
We'll find out soon.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm got
Because
that wrong.
when you're in Japan, you just turn your TV on at like 1 a.m. and
Oh.
it's like, oh.
No, I'm going cross-eyed because the mic's in my face.
Oh.
I thought it was
Fail.
Eden Zero, but it's not.
Next time.
Um,
on
so
Well, actually, you
long.
know what? It could be Eden Zero, though.
I'm pretty sure it isn't. I'll pull it up here. But anyway, please enlighten
Yeah.
us what Zombieland Saga is actually about.
So the original series was all of these characters died in circumstances that, the main
Tragic.
character literally gets killed by a bus on her way to,
Is the main
And she
character called
doesn't get
Funimation?
isekai'd?
No.
Well,
Actually.
that's debatable, really,
That
isn't
is a
it?
debatable one, to be honest. But there's the manager who brings these girls back to life and forms them into an idol unit, but they're all zombies. Yes, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay, what's his end game?
This is where I'm like really. I think it's going to be brought up in season 2, and that's why I really want to see what his.
I found which show it is.
Oh.
Shaman King is 5
Yeah,
There we go.
5 p.m. on a Thursday. My Hero is 4:30 p.m. on a
Yep,
Saturday.
that makes sense.
Very
So,
well.
yeah.
That
But yeah,
makes sense.
as you were saying, Manager-san, I don't know what his motive is.
Yeah, because there's a little clip in the first season where you kind of see he knows the main character, and they've been in school, so that's why I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But there's something there, and I want to know what his deal is because we really did not actually touch it at all in season 1.
Well, it was focused on the girls.
Let's focus on the girls.
Yeah.
And the girls are incredible. And, we get their little group, and now we get this whole revenge thing. The trailer to me didn't really answer a lot. It just was like very action-packed, like, we are going to get revenge. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is not very Zombieland Saga. I wonder if they did that on purpose to fool people because, like...
Maybe there's literally nothing to it. Maybe
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm wondering
because,
if this is like, the
a big setup.
That's yes, because remember the first season opening was that whole setup with the
truck.
The truck.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Japan has much to do with April 1st, but when was this trailer dropped?
Quite a while back.
A while back, yeah.
Now,
Okay,
my
okay.
thought as well is they just wanted to follow like the traditional naming convention that started back in like the 90s with SR, SS, and so on, and they just wanted it to be Zombieland Saga R.
Maybe.
The reason this couldn't be an isekai is because of the title. It's not, I was brought back as a zombie and now I'm an idol.
Well, that
That's basically
that's
the show.
exactly
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
yeah,
yeah.
but that's what isekai titles
That
do.
time I got reincarnated into a 90s all-girl band.
I mean, that'd be
That
fair.
could be true. too.
So look, this is airing on Thursdays midnight, so Thursday night,
This-
Friday morning.
Yeah, this will be a popular one, definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna-
It's right up there on the
Yeah.
the what people are planning to watch. So it's definitely going to be worth checking out. Especially if you saw the first season. It's
Yeah.
the same team behind it. It's Mappa again, celebrating their 10th year.
like I said,
it's
it
gonna
could
be
be
good.
just the trailer just is throwing us on a loop and we'll just get something completely different. And I hope that's the case because I'm like, this is too serious for Zombieland Saga, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how it is.
maybe they go and do like an idol comp and lose, and they want to get revenge on the other group.
Possibly.
That could be it.
But
Eat their
I
brains.
want answers. I want to know
They're
money.
going to turn them into zombies.
I need to know his deal.
Alrighty, now let's digress to. Well, let's reincarnate as a slime.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's. I like the series Reincarnated as a Slime. It's really good.
It is just another isekai, but...
No, it's not just another isekai. It's freaking awesome. So look,
I mean, there's another one where a guy's reincarnated as a vending machine in a dungeon these days.
there's-
What?
Yeah, that,
yeah, that's
that was
a thing.
that was a few years back.
Oh
It's a
my
light novel.
goodness.
Reincarnated as a vending
Alleged-
machine in the dungeon. And
No,
the recent one.
not in like street or anything,
No,
but in a dungeon.
Yep.
Oh,
And there's another
great.
one which has just been released in English, which is Reincarnated as a Sword of the Hero-S.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the point where it's like, is it wrong to reincarnate as the hero's keychain in a dungeon?
You know what?
Oh no.
You're probably not far off.
You're probably not far off. Yeah. But look,
Son of a hurricane.
we're talking about Reincarnated as a Slime, Slime Diaries. Now, Slime Diaries is basically a spin-off of the main series, where it's all the funny stuff that happened in between.
Yeah, like your main series is the great Rimuru building his own little civilization of monsters and protecting it from, the civilizations they're out.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be more exactly what they're doing in their downtime.
It is, if anyone's seen Full Metal Panic and how Season 2 Fumofu was just a series of gags, it's exactly the same type of
We got to do a
Ah.
whole show on that one
We
later
do,
because
yeah.
that was great.
So yeah, it's a comedy series. It's very funny. I've been reading the manga as well because I read the other manga. So it's just good fun. So it's slice of life, comedy, fantasy, PG rated. We've got 12 episodes coming of it. Annie Plus, Bilibili, AOD, Crunchyroll, Muse Asia on its various channels. So Muse Thailand, Muse Vietnam, and so on all have it.
Do we know if this one's a short form or?
No, full episodes.
Seriously?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Which is good because there is more than enough. There's 5 volumes of the manga so far of this, so it's really good.
Oh, wow.
And there's also another spin-off which is Roaming Demon Country.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a bunny girl from like the Beast Races going through and reviewing all of the places in the Tempest Empire. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I like that
Yeah,
because
it's really good.
you see it a lot from the outside, and you get hints of all the things that they've built in the place. But I'd like to know exactly what
Rimaru's a
constitutes-
foodie.
Well, yeah.
There is food everywhere.
Ooh,
It's
hello.
good. So the summary they've got for it is even in another world, lives aren't always on the line. There's plenty of work to be done, from feeding the community and forging the items the community needs, as well as plenty of play and hijinks throughout. Join Rimuru and friends as they kick back and enjoy their daily lives. So it's, a lighter take on it, and especially after the recent second season of Reincarnated as a
which
Slime,
was a lot more heavier.
you want to relax. Like, I'm not up to date, but did they cover the ascension to Demon Lord?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's heavy. Like, there's a lot going on there.
Talking about slime or So I'm a Spider, So What?
Slime. Spider So What is great.
Oh, Spider, So What is great.
And that's continuing
hands
this
down.
season.
Yeah,
as
Spider
well.
So What is great if you ignore all the human bits.
Yeah.
On that note, very briefly, So I'm a Spider, So What is continuing this season. That's the other one.
Yes.
So that's got another 12 episodes to run through. And it gets better as it goes on because they show less of the humans. So that's a win. Alrighty. That is the Slime Diaries. The next one is adapted from a DS game.
Oh,
This is quite important.
This
and
one
it's
is your
very,
domain, Aaron.
yes.
Like the
Video
art
games.
style is very different. Just a quick thing: Slime Diaries is done by 8-Bit Studios, who obviously do the Reincarnated as a Slime, Infinite Strategy, Encouragement of Climb, and Budokan. So I would
Okay.
die if my pop idol of my favorite.
Oh,
Reach the Budokan,
yes.
Yep.
So they'll be handling the humor very
They'll be
well.
handling humor well. And Tuesdays, 11 p.m. Slime Diaries will be out in Japan, so expect it the next day on all these streaming services. Now, Tweewee.
Or please enunciate its
The
full
world ends with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, apparently. So this, as Kyle said, was a DS game back in the day, and then they put it on phone and tablet, and then they put it on Switch, and now they're finally putting it into an anime.
The animation.
And then they've also got a prequel game coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
about the Reapers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So The World Ends With You is basically, I mean, what's the nearest type of show that we've seen to it? It's like a survival game.
Yeah. It's kind of like Wonder Egg in a way.
Yeah.
kind of Wonder Egg, Digimon, kind of, sort of.
No, it's
no,
hard to
how do you put it?
explain.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got the synopsis here, so why not? Neku awakens. Neku?
Neku, yes.
Okay, it's just not Neko.
No.
like, meow. Neku awakens in the middle of
You know, like,
Shibuya's...
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Neku awakens in the middle of Shibuya's bustling scramble crossing with no memory of how he got there.
As you do.
Little does he know, he's been transported to an alternative plane of existence known as the Underground. An unwilling participant in the mysterious Reapers game, Neku must partner up with a girl named Shiki in order to survive. Together, they
reckon you'd
complete
like
the
Shiki.
missions and defeat monsters known as Noise as they gradually uncover the true nature of this twisted game. Can they survive the Reapers game?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so this game, like, when it came out, the way they published it was you got your powers from pins with different, like, aesthetics on them.
Oh, yeah.
you could collect those pins.
Like badge pins.
Like badge pins.
Oh.
Nice.
And so, like, I spent ages just looking at them going, one day.
Soon, my pretties, you will be mine.
They're still not mine.
What, like the Pokemon badges?
Yeah, kind of. But they're all, like, circular designs, like the typical, like, Tokyo, like the Artist Alley sort of, like...
Pins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like my nut button.
You what?
My nut button.
No,
it's
not
the blue
that
badge.
kind of...
Not that. No, okay.
Oh,
Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You're just in the. You took your moment to click on. You're like,
It's okay,
oh,
Farrah.
what
It's
he
okay.
bought at
I fried your
Hoshicon.
brain earlier. It's fine. So this, I'm hoping, looks good because
The art style's
the
very
art
unique.
is incredibly accurate to the game, like perfectly. It's done by
It's a little bit of
is it Tamura?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the guy behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy behind Kingdom Hearts. Has also done some Final Fantasy stuff.
And you can see a lot of
You
Kingdom
can see a
Hearts
lot of Sora
influences.
in Neku. Like, it's
Yep,
incredible.
yep.
And they even featured it in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, they did too, didn't they?
Was
Actually.
it 3 or was it? No, it was
yeah.
Dream Drop Distance.
He was
One of the
sort
intermediary
of a secret
ones.
boss, kind of, from what I heard.
No.
No?
He was a support character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is being done by Shinai Animation along with Domerica. Domerica haven't done anything major of note as an individual. They're a support one. So, once again, I suspect they're in a support role here, perhaps doing like in between animation tasks or, backgrounds, whatever it might be. But Shinai Animation did Teasing Master Takagi and The Eighth Son, Are You Kidding Me? The isekai from a few years back. Last year, yeah.
Yeah, I think
it
it
wasn't
was last year.
particularly memorable, but the only notable thing that I know of Shinai Animation is Teasing Master Takagi. So, go figure. But yeah, the game was 2007. The Japanese title actually translates to It's a Wonderful World. It's not used internationally due to copyright reasons. So,
Also, it's not a wonderful world in that world. Let
is
me just
not.
give you that one.
Yeah.
But
But
the
yeah.
soundtrack in the game's incredible, but from the trailer, I didn't pick up any of the songs from the game.
Oh.
So it might
Well, I
be
mean,
in the
because the
soundtrack.
trailer just seemed to have the OP, and the OP was
Yeah.
pretty banging.
Look,
Like-
if you can, find the game soundtrack and give it a listen, you will not regret it.
Yeah, it's very good. Now, this is going to be airing on Saturdays at 2:25 a.m. in Japan. Anime Lab Funimation are confirmed. Wakanim is unconfirmed, but someone has mentioned on a forum that they've seen a poster appear on their social media then go down.
I love that. Yeah, I saw someone just say it's someone on.
No, there's a
forum.
screenshot.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
they
okay.
screenshotted it and then
Okay,
it went
fair.
down. So they because they
Because you
shared it
can't
with a
edit
friend.
those these
No,
days.
no, you totally can't. Well, Wakanim is owned by Funimation, so
Yeah.
it's in all
When are we
likelihood.
going to get to that point where everything's going to be under one name?
Well, that's the issue because Crunchyroll is currently in negotiations to be bought out by Sony, who owns Funimation.
Okay.
So,
Monopoly!
Yeah,
Megacorp.
that's never caused a
Monopoly.
problem. I'm not trying to get a monopoly. I'm trying to rule the whole world.
Hello, Disney and Google.
Yeah. So look, this starts this Saturday.
Nice.
So tomorrow night for us, I believe.
Yeah, there will be plenty of noise.
The noise of the villains. So, yeah.
I can feel your pain, Kenny. I can really feel it.
The
right.
anger is turning into heat and just radiating
Yeah.
off of him.
Yeah. So look, definitely worth
His eyes
checking
are
out.
turning red. It's great.
He's lost it. He's gone off the deep end.
I will control myself.
If he had a monkey tail, he'd be turning Super
I am
Saiyan.
composed.
All right. Well, let's go somewhere a little weird while he's composed.
Okay.
Let's talk about To Your Eternity. Now, this
I
was
will
one of
drive
my
up the
picks.
sidewalk.
What?
Do that with that beautiful face of yours.
Caress it. To Your Eternity. This one's a manga. It's a little weird. There are.
Wait, this is not weird happening right now?
I'm
A
ignoring
genie
what's
just came
going
out of my
on.
head.
I'm ignoring what's going on.
Okay.
I'm believing in the me that believes in me.
I see.
Now, 13 volumes of To Your Eternity are out so far. The actual synopsis is misleading.
Oh.
And I'll give you the proper synopsis afterwards. So the current synopsis is, a lonely boy wandering the Arctic regions of North America meets a wolf, and the two become fast friends. Depending on each other to survive the harsh environments, the boy has a history, and the wolf is more than meets the eye. It, i.e. the wolf, is a mysterious, immortal being which has been sent to the Earth with no emotions or identity. This is not said in the trailer, but this is the book synopsis. However, it is able to take the shape of those around them that have a strong impetus. And it is its experiencing the world.
What, like a godlike creature?
Yeah.
Are you sure this isn't Pennywise? I know you said it wasn't
It's
before.
not Pennywise.
but
Stop.
It comes from
get off
another
the penny
world.
trains.
It's it, and then it transforms.
No.
You can't.
It is genderless.
Same with Pennywise.
They,
Wouldn't this
them.
be genderless though?
No. As in, like, when they're referring to it in To Your Eternity, it is a genderless entity, but that they don't want to announce what it is
Fascinating.
without you reading it.
See, when I originally saw the trailer, I'm like, I'm getting a bit of sort of like Spice and Wolf. It sort of has that kind of magical feel.
No, yeah, well, not so much Spice and Wolf. I was kind of getting Wolf's Reign.
That's what I was thinking as
Yeah.
well.
A little bit, but it's...
But it looks like it's going to be a very interesting one. So this is a supernatural shonen drama with adventure elements. Brains Base are animating it, who you'll know from Spice and Wolf, Durara, Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, My Little Monster, and Bacano. There's 20 episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a miss. I
Not
think.
24,
Fair
not
enough,
23, not 26, 25, 20.
So you said
Odd.
the synopsis was wrong. Should we go to the synopbro?
All right, let's
You
just
can
do
watch
that for a
this.
second.
This is airing on Monday, April 12th is the first episode at 10:50 at night. It's going to be on ADN in Europe, AOD, Ani1 Asia, Ani Plus, Crunchyroll, and Netflix in some regions.
I'm very intrigued to know how they handle that its character, because it sounds like such an alien, non-human kind of an entity, and those are always...
Madoka.
You got to...
Yeah.
not so much the Madoka cat, because that's more just like a malevolent
Yeah.
monster. This thing sounds more just different.
The way you
alien.
explain it, though, it sounds... I hate to bring religion into it, but it does sound like the godlike...
It does. No, you're right. It does. And my thought is like
Is
just
this Jesus?
no. I know at least. I know at least.
Jesus.
No, it's Morpheus.
Eat rabbits for your
or
sins.
Neo. Look, I was having a bit of a look into it, but because I want to read the manga, but I don't want to until it actually came out. When they announced it, I was like, I'm kind of interested in this. But it kind of looks to me like I think the story's going to progress, and I don't know this for certain, so I could be wrong. But it looks like the boy meets the wolf. They grow up together, and because the wolf is immortal,
Yeah.
the boy dies, and the wolf takes on his form.
Oh.
You know, your typical boy meets wolf story.
Yeah. Boy meets wolf, boy and wolf hang out, boy and wolf fall in love, boy dies, wolf inhabits his body. The classic romance hits.
So, look, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, I get that story. The animation looks relatively good,
Yeah, it does look good.
but I'm really not sold on it for some reason. It's just something about it is
Well,
just...
to each their own.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you have Zombieland.
Yeah,
I
true.
was going to say, like, look, we'll flesh
it
it
a-
out for you.
yeah.
If it's
That's
good, we'll let
the-
you know.
That's
Yeah.
the perk of so many hosts on the show.
I know,
like,
that's
No,
it.
like across us, we can cover most of the things.
and not just me on my own at night shift going,
All of the above.
But yeah, look, this is going to be an interesting one. It could be an
I feel
utter
this would be a
flop.
controversial one.
Well, well, I wouldn't say it's going to be controversial. Either
Between us, I think. Like,
Oh,
I reckon-
between
oh
us.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
It'll
all
be a
have
love
very
or hate
differing
Yeah.
sort of thing.
I
Just
mean, this doesn't sound very conventional, so there is absolutely no telling
Well,
where
look,
it can go.
Wonder Egg was definitely not conventional
oh, yeah.
by
No.
any...
no, it definitely wasn't.
You know? But we all
Bonkers.
love it.
But I mean, that like.
"Ah."
Well, yeah, exactly. Not all of us enjoyed it.
It
Not
didn't
not
hit
to say
anything
that
for
Aaron
me.
didn't
Wow.
enjoy it, but there was, as you said, like it didn't grab you the way it grabbed us.
No.
And that's fair.
Fair,
like,
though. I can
everything
see
does.
that
Yeah.
completely.
Like,
Um,
I understood how it could grab someone, but it just didn't grab me.
it's...
Like, there's another one we can talk about as well called Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song, which
Oh,
is
yes.
coming, which we won't jump into unless it's good. So if it's good, you'll hear more about it. Otherwise, forget I mentioned it.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
there's a
You
whole
know,
bunch of stuff
this
this
segment
season
never
that is
happened.
coming.
Yeah.
But if we went into everything, then we'd be here for longer than we
Yeah.
are.
Now,
exactly.
this next one, which is kind of the last of the standard ones we're going to cover, kind of falls in that category. It could be good or it could be awful.
Yeah, this was my vote. Mars Red.
Hmm.
I was tossing up between this one and one called Joran, Princess of Snow and Blood.
See, I would have gone the princess one because that looked really intriguing.
See,
to
that's the thing. It looks intriguing. The visual style is
me.
there.
Yeah.
But I see it and I'm instantly reminded of Fairy Gone, a
Fair,
disappointment
and that's
from
true,
last year.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's fair.
sorry, year before?
No, last year.
No, it was
year.
last. Well, no, second part was last year, so it straddled the years. So it was
Yes.
2018. 2019 and 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not disparaging fans of that show, but oof, that one.
It could have been better. That's the thing. So,
Yes.
Mars Red is a action military historical, supernatural vampire series.
Ah, yes.
It
the
is by
vampires.
Signal MD, who did, as we mentioned before, Recovery of MMO Junkie, Adam beginning, FLC All Progressive. But it is not based on a manga or a light novel or a multimedia project.
Okay.
And see, that's the thing. It's got some other people on the team who are also responsible for Ghost in the Shell standalone complex
Okay.
and Blood Plus, one which I think is a very underrepresented, underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. It is based, and this is what really caught my attention, it is based on a dramatic stage reading from the playwright and theatre director Banno Fujisawa.
How's that?
That's new.
So it's literally like, to me, that sounds like it was someone standing on stage and doing like a monologue.
Yes.
A War of the Worlds kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a
yes.
live
Yeah.
reading of things.
Yeah, like a
And
live reading of
That
events sort of
wasn't so uncommon way back in the day.
No, it was very common in Japan to do
So
things like that.
Mars Red...
Like not even just in Japan, European. I'm thinking of someone. Who was it that wrote Christmas? Charles Dickens.
Oh, yeah.
He was very known for doing stuff like that.
Like his live readings of his stuff, yeah.
So it's sort of like, I haven't heard anything like this ever being done for an anime, a series, anything
So
like that.
this is another, like, there's a reason for us to talk about this because it is more than just, going, it's a live reading of that sort of thing. It will be the first anime in history to come from this type of source material.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting to start with. It also serves as the 50th anniversary for that event, for what they just refer to as YTE. Now, I haven't had enough time to go and research into this and dig into it, and we will do that once we
start.
determine if it is good.
But now here's the thing about this. So this is based on something that was like a very, very high society, read art in theatres and stuff like that. Did the original one also include the vampires battling for supremacy, or...?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's so strange. So Mars Red takes place in kind of an alternative timeline, like 1923, we've got written here. Vampires have existed for quite a while, but now the number of vampires is increasing and a mysterious artificial blood source called Askra has appeared. The Japanese government in turn creates Code Zero, a unit within the army tasked with taking down the vampiric forces. And what better way to trap vampires than by using vampires? So,
Of course. We
It's-
use the Uchiha to kill the Uchiha.
yeah, basically. But this is interesting because it's like, it was created by Lieutenant General Nakajima. This unit has historically been in the business of information warfare, but has been reassigned to solving the vampire crisis.
I'm actually sold on it, to be honest.
It sounds interesting,
It
but the
does.
thing is like this could be like some of the Meiji era era ones where they basically just do it for pretty boys.
Yeah, and I would not complain.
And look, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's things to like there, but I want a good story. If I'm going to
Yeah.
get invested, it doesn't matter how pretty the artwork is. If the story is boring and I'd rather turn it off, or I could watch it without actually having any audio or
Right.
subtitles, then I'm not going to do it because it feels like I've wasted my
The
time.
visuals, they very much jump out at you.
yeah.
This looks like a lot of other kind of like vampire-based stuff because it's a genre. There's going to be certain tropes and visuals that are very, very
Yeah.
specific to that. But I don't know, something about it, I think it's because of the pedigree of Ghost in the Shell and Blood Plus.
Yeah.
That is very, very familiar. And
Well, I mean, it's
we got to wait and see.
fittingly on at the witching hour at 1:59
How
a.m.
convenient.
On Tuesdays. That
Very
we
Halloween.
don't know how many episodes it's going to have. Obviously,
No.
fairly common at this stage because the first episode hasn't landed. Anime Lab, Funimation, whacking him. So Funimation branding.
The interesting thing was the dub has been announced straight away, so
Yep.
I'm feeling that it's getting...
Wow.
Funimation were involved in organising the production of the series, so it's
Well,
not
that's
original,
interesting.
but they were the licensor that went and said we want this made, and then someone came forward and said we'll make it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting, but that's kind of the last main one. We do have an extra one which needs to be talked about, and this is, I believe, quite important. This is
Super
the way
important.
of the house husband. Yes.
Yes.
Now, you might have, if you're on our social media, you would have seen this a couple of weeks ago. We mentioned it. Way of the House Husband is a hilarious sort of slice of life comedy series. It's being animated by JC staff, so it'll be good, hopefully good quality.
And this was going straight to Netflix, right?
Yeah, straight on
Yeah.
Netflix, airs on April 8th. Now, we don't know if that is a full season drop because it is considered a ONA, Original Net Animation. And typically those are dumped in batches.
Yes.
It's what Pacific Rim the Black was. It was an ONA.
All right.
It's based on a manga, and the immortal Tatsu, the legendary Yakuza, who single-handedly defeated a rival gang with a lead pipe, is a name known to strike fear in both hardened police officers and vicious criminals alike.
He's like the full tattered Yakuza
With
gangster.
scars.
The
Soon-
scary boogeyman. He's Japanese wick.
Soon after his sudden disappearance, he resurfaces with a slight change in profession, now equipped with an apron. Tatsu has given up violence, is trying to make an honest living as a house husband.
Okay.
So, me.
But housework is also quite violent.
While adapting to mundane household tasks, Tatsu finds that being a house husband has its own challenges, from the battlefield known as the supermarket sale to failures in the kitchen. Despite living peacefully, misunderstandings seem to follow him left and right.
Left and right.
Hey! Gokushu Fudo follows the daily life of the comically serious ex-Yakuza as he leaves behind his dangerous previous life to become a stay-at-home husband.
Now, I have seen so many bits of the manga floating around on like comedy sites for anime and stuff like
The
that.
dog
because-
scene? The
Yes.
dog petting scene?
Yes.
I can't wait to see that animated.
I think it's that he runs into some of his like ex-Yakuza buddies or even enemies, and they're both
walking
walking
their
their
dogs.
own adorable dogs. And it's just like, hey, that's a cute dog. Can I pet it? Let's
He's
go
like,
to the dog
"Yeah,
park together.
I'm going to pet the hell out of your dog. Get in here in the car. Why are we in the car? We're going to the dog park. Okay.
We're gonna have a good day.
We're gonna have
It's
a
just like,
great day.
What's going on here? This is
So,
manly
yeah.
men doing wholesome things.
I am so excited for this,
Same.
and I'm really hoping we do get immediate Netflix international. Considering like everything is written in English already on it with subtitles and so on, I'm hoping so. But otherwise, I will once again be finding a new VPN and using Japanese Netflix.
Yeah.
Because
So if any VPNs want to sponsor us,
That'll never happen.
We are sponsored by VPN Shadow Legends.
look, you guys joke, but I would sell my
I know,
soul
that's
out.
that's a sad thing.
I would sell your soul to them.
I'd sell my soul to anybody who's willing to pay. Come on, guys.
Oh.
Let's get a
I'd sell a few
sponsorship.
souls. I know a guy.
Sign up to our Patreon. There we go.
yeah, there you go. Sign up to our Patreon.
Sign up to our Patreon and I'll say
maybe
your
I should
name on
create
the
like
show.
a sponsorship level or something like
Could
that.
do.
So
Sponsorship, sell your soul to us.
Yeah.
Goose.
Anyway, so look, that's airing April 8. It's a Netflix exclusive. They've paid for it. Netflix branding all over it. And to be honest, it looks amazing. Like high
Nice.
quality. It's
Yeah.
JC stuff. So, you know, as long as the content they're being given is good and they follow it, it's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can bank on that.
Yeah.
Now, very quickly, we need to quickly touch on what is coming to the theatres in the next 3 months. And there's only three really big ones we need to talk about. Firstly, we'll get it out the way. So I'm going to give the shortened version, and then Aaron can give the actual name.
Oh,
Fate Grand Order the movie, basically Paladin story.
I don't know the full name off the top of my head. It's like Babylonia something.
You're kidding. All right, I will pull it up.
Oh no, it's Camelot something because it's about the Camelot
yes,
arc.
you are
Fate
correct.
Grand Order of the new movie, supposedly.
many movies
having
are there,
something to
by
do
the
with
way?
There's like
Camelot.
5,
There's 5.
not including the Heavens Feel 3, and then
All right. Fate Grand Order the movie, Divine Realm of the Round Table, Camelot Paladin Agatarum.
good.
Yes.
Those are
grief.
words.
Yeah, exactly. Just words thrown
Words.
in.
So that's due on May the
title, that's a
7th
series
in
of
Japan.
words.
We will see what happens there.
Flip through a D&D manual.
Hey Kenny, you want to see King Arthur as a girl on the movie screen?
That's Divine Realm, Camelot, Wandering, Agatarum.
That's a yes.
Yeah. Well, that's Saber, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
basically
Saber.
just Saber.
Saber's like the main character.
I've learned a
essentially,
lot. The movie's also going to go to Blu-ray literally the month after, and digital the month after it goes out to
That's
cinemas.
quick.
Well,
Um,
Heaven's Feel 3 only just got released on Blu-ray.
Well, I was going to say that just came out March 30, so yeah. Interesting that Heaven's Feel 3 was done by UFO Table, and Signal MD is handling the Grand Order Divine Realms.
Well, they're also done by different branches. So, like, Fate Grand Order's its own
no,
thing.
we've gone
whereas
too deep.
Fate is its own other thing. So, like, you gotta...
Fate's happened, basically, is what you
as
need
it was
to know.
fated to.
As it was fated to
Specificity
do.
is very important in the Fate Wars.
Now, the next one is one that I was quite excited to find out about because I didn't hear anything about this. Knights of Sidonia, the movie, Love Woven in the Stars.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I love that song.
So yeah, it is the final story arc as a film.
Knights of Sidonia was ages ago.
2016 was the last one. Now, I've read the manga because that was done. The manga was written by the guy who did Blame, Biomega, and so on. He's a guy who's obsessed with basically architectural megastructures.
And it shows in his work.
And Knights of Sidonia was probably the most straightforward series he's created, where it actually has a realistic direction. The others kind of feel like they're just there for him to draw buildings. Like, it's really bad. There's Blame in particular had a massive run in the manga for the manga series, and it's had that film adaptation. That's the most plot I've seen in Blame. Like, that's not even the story that's from the manga. So it's quite impressive that they actually managed to pull a proper story out together of it. But that this is due, I believe it's meant to be May 13 in Japan. And this will be finishing off that story that was set up in those first two series you can find on Netflix. And once again, it's got that sort of uncanny CG, but it's Polygon Pictures, and they've got a lot better at their CG since that series came out. So it should be
better than Gibiate?
Oh, wow. No, even the original series is better than Gibiate. But that's on its way. And, of course, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. Now, it's not to do with Anne Hathaway, just for clarification.
Well, then why are we even talking about it?
It's the surname of one of the captains.
Is their first name Anne?
I say Hathaway.
Goodness gracious me.
This is a continuation.
Captain Anne Hathaway? There we go. That was the one.
I think they are a captain.
Here all week.
Yes! I think that it's either captain or a lieutenant. I'm not sure.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen, start your engines. So, this is a continuation of Mobile Suit Gundam NT or Mobile Suit Gundam Narrative, which was 2019-2018.
So not network transmission like Mega Man?
No,
Okay.
It's completely different. They just, you know what it is with Gundam. There's so many branches of it, they just shorten it down.
You say Gundam, and all I can hear is that OP from the famous...
Mobile Suit Gundam, the one that we grew up with that was on Toonami.
I want to say F.
No, it's before that. It was
with the best scenes ever.
It could be Unicorn. No, Unicorn was the reboot of that series.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we did an episode on it a couple of years back. It's really like the dub is so bad.
Yeah.
It moved.
I'll kill you.
Yeah. I'll kill you. That's the one. Yeah. And it's shocking. Don't watch it.
I have to now, especially when you see the opening as well. I'm just like,
the opening is so cheesy. But look, that's also heading to the cinemas. I believe. Where have I got?
Has that actually been announced for a cinema release here?
No.
Okay.
So none of these have had international cinema releases yet.
Fate has.
Fate, not this one.
Not international.
Not this one.
I thought they announced
the other.
it.
No. The other Feel ones have, and we did have one this week, but it's not the one which is coming up. It's the old one.
There's a lot of Fate. It's okay.
So at the moment, you've got
Grand Order of the
there's Fate
confusing
Heaven.
plot
Like
lines.
in simplest terms, you got Fate Heaven's Feel franchise of films, and they've just ended, and they're now doing a Fate Grand Order series of films. The first films come out last year, and we had it in cinemas, and we've got it in cinemas again this week, I believe, and then the second one in that series of films has just come out in Japan.
Okay.
Marvel wishes they were this complicated.
Right?
Well, Grand Order's the game, whereas like the mobile game, whereas
It
Fate
continues.
is the visual
it's
novel.
like a cockroach just doesn't die.
No, thank God.
If anyone's joining our Discord and they're big Fate fans, can you please set up just a channel on there?
Yeah, we'll set up a channel for Fate
for Fate,
fans.
please,
if there's
And we
enough
can
demand.
exchange Fate Grow codes, and they'll all be friends and play together.
Hooray!
I've
Look
got
at me
level
plug the
100
Discord,
Raikou.
like, every time I can.
Because I was trying to choose like a new mobile game to play.
Right.
So I was trying Fate Go, Digimon, Re-Arise.
Dude, love Live School Idol Festival.
No, I can't. Idols just aren't my jam. You know this.
I know,
Like,
but-
don't be wrong. I'm more than happy to support the idol industry and make it big here in Perth. But I just can't do the anime.
Fair.
It's just not.
I thank you for your support.
Yes. I'm supporting
No
Aaron.
relation.
I stan Aaron San very hard. Now, what was I talking about?
Standing me, go on.
Before we
Fate's
talked
Grand
about
Order of the
There we go.
I started playing Fate Grand
Yeah.
Order. I didn't end up going back to it because I got really addicted to Digimon Re-Arise. But Fate Grand Order's story on
it's
the
great.
mobile is actually
It's
really, really good.
really
Yeah.
I was
good.
surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And to be honest, so is Digimon's. To the fact that they have Rie Takahashi voicing one of the main characters in the
really?
Digimon one. And Aaron was like, who dat?
Who
that,
dat?
boy?
And then you like slapped a bunch of faces in the chat. I was like, I see MASH from Fate Go.
Oh, yeah, there you
Well,
go.
of course you do. And I believe she's also in the Fate Go app as well.
Okay.
So let's be honest, like we mentioned Rie Takahashi before on this podcast. She voices Megumin. She voices
The greats, pretty much.
she voices a lot of big characters. She's a machine. She just pumps out so many characters every season.
In her downtime, she appears on TV shows.
And in
I
character.
don't think she rests.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hell, does she
I think
sleep?
she's a vampire.
Do you reckon there's 3 of her and they just take turns?
The Rie
Ooh,
twins.
clones.
It's like Ray. They just swapped the I and the E.
We cracked the
We
code.
cracked the code.
Illuminati confirmed.
Oh,
No, Gendo confirmed.
3 letters, triangle, Illuminati.
but I
Also, the name of the supercomputer in Neon Genesis,
Oh.
because it's the 3 wise men. It's the triangle as well.
oh yeah, there's 2. That's true.
And it's the eye that moves, and the center of the triangle is an eye.
That's the
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we've got so many.
We've got so many things. This
Conspiracy.
is so silly. I'm just gonna go into the Hollow Earth and hang out with some lizard men. Okay.
That was a Kong versus
Everyone
Godzilla
knows
plug.
that the lizard men aren't in control of the Illuminati. They're just the interns.
Okay. We'll move on. We've digressed a lot. The show's almost over, so let's wrap up.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Yes, that is where we're going to leave things this episode. We hope that has helped you kind of figure out some of the shows you might be interested
Very
in for this
exciting.
season.
It is.
Yeah,
There's still a lot more that we could have talked about. There's a nice comfy one called Super Cup. That looks cute.
Super Cup looks really cute as well. There's a lot coming out this season, but not all of it is going to appeal to everyone. And these are kind of like the 10 core new ones we think that will actually start making tracks.
These are the ones that we're tipping.
And I just want to shout out, happy 50th to Kamen Rider for Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's
you're
been
right.
50 years of Kamen Rider.
Not that
Not
we've talked
Power
about it on
Rangers,
the show,
Kamen Rider.
but like, it's a big thing in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So like, big shout out to the Big 5-0.
Yeah. And next episode, we've got a special guest. We're going to have to record this one a bit early because all of us are a bit busy during this break
Yeah,
period.
I'm not going to be here next week, guys. So be
sans
good.
Lady Fafa.
Yeah.
It should be me, Aaron, and a special guest, and potentially Kenny, depending on your work
I'm
roster. which
having
comes
my
out
break
tomorrow.
for a change.
Yes, you've earned it.
I've
You've
earned my
done
break.
Well. So we will be introducing you to a local cosplay
Nice.
prodigy, I guess you could call her. Her and her
Oh, she's
partner.
an absolute star.
She's amazing. We will cover more of that in the lead up, and you can have a listen in 2 weeks' time on that one. But we hope you've enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget, we got the Discord going. Follow us on all our socials as well.
Mm.
Like,
Got a nice new
Patreon too.
Patreon, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you are on if you are watching us on YouTube, or even if you're not watching us on YouTube and you like this episode, go to the YouTube, find this episode, and smash the like button.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Just
The subscribe
obliterate it.
button.
Hit the subscribe
Hit
button.
those likes.
Subscribers.
Get the notification
We're
bell as well.
We're starting to actually see more subscribers, and thank you to all of you who have joined us on
Yes.
this journey.
And especially on the Discord, shout out to all the ones who have joined our Discord recently. We'll chat with you guys a lot more now on there.
Because because it's now set up and working.
Yes, exactly.
Always a good start. Well, you've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. I've been Kyle.
I've been Lady Fafa.
I've been goofy.
I've been so many people.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Thank you for listening, and until then,
Watch some anime!